Just Another Podcast is now powered by Agent Bollywood, Sharbina and Ismail, the ideal partner for all your property needs.
Engaging Sharbina Property Matchmaker as your property consultant is a smart investment that can save you time, money and stress.
Contact Agent Bollywood at 9181-4262 right now.
This Ramadan, as we reflect on the importance of education and community, let's remember institutions like Madrasah Al-Saghaf Al-Arabiya, which has been a cornerstone of Islamic education in Singapore since 1912. Donate your zakat through the link on our socials and support initiatives that uplift our community and foster knowledge.
Welcome back to Just Another Podcast with AnaDer.
Unless, yeah. Will he still be around after Ramadan?
Which
Or
one?
he
This
balik?
fella?
This fella.
This fella balik his country lah.
Balik ah.
Yeah.
So where exactly is that lah?
Yes, Dubai.
Dubai ah?
Dubai.
Abu Dhabi?
Abu Dhabi, Yes Island. Yes Island. So I saw Yes Island promos.
What island?
Yes Island.
Yes Island.
It's in Dubai. The
Okay.
one I went lah.
And
I saw Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
They shot there?
No, they did like the three of them. They shot there, but they bring the elements of that movie into that lah. So like they disturb the Joker like remember that scene?
Yeah, that scene, yeah.
And then they have like they dare each other to do, to swim with the sharks.
Yeah.
So I mean it's a tourism promotion, but they use the movie scenes to
Because it was shot there, right?
no. It's
But then how can they?
It's Spain, what? They shot in Spain.
Spain,
You
All
don't like
right.
the movie, is it?
I okay ah.
Is it? I quite
It
like
didn't
the movie.
impact me that much.
Really?
Yeah, it was a
Because it's boys,
casual watch. Yeah. Wasn't
Nice
very. Maybe you
watch
can
again.
relate lah because it's like their road trip.
To be honest, I prefer Dil Chahta Hai. Because I mean, I watch it. I mean, that one is an older movie lah. Like, I mean, but a lot of people prefer Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara because it's
The
a
songs
better
are
movie.
nice.
It's a better movie anyway lah.
And the cinematography is nicer. You know me, I always look
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this kind of thing.
The
right?
visuals are
The
nice,
visuals, yeah.
Actually, I went to Tomatina. If you,
No.
so I went to Spain
Okay.
after my graduation. Because I was in Europe, I studied in UK, right? So we went to Spain, and then I went to Tomatina, Tomatina Festival, and also went to Ibiza.
How was
So I went to
it?
Tomatina because of that movie.
Wow.
Yes,
Nice.
that's it. I mean, this is
Okay. On that note,
Ramadan note.
yeah, then
I'll
we
share that story
masuk.
later.
When you were there, how was your Eid?
When I was in
Did you celebrate Eid?
I did. Okay, yeah. So that's a Ramadan that
Your Ramadan and Eid.
That's a very different Ramadan that I had.
Okay.
Right. So because I was away from my family.
Yeah. How does that feel? Earlier you just mentioned you miss the five of you and all that. Now you're literally alone there with friends.
Yeah. So it was tough actually. So like basically sahur was just me alone.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Then what do you have?
my roommate they're all what do you call that? Non-Muslims lah. So I was actually sahur alone. And the daytime is longer. So it was tough. But then again, I was schooling, what? So come back from school, I sleep all the way.
How many hours 16.
Yeah, it's longer. It's longer by like 3-4 hours. So here is what, 14 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours, 16 hours.
16 hours
16, 17 hours. So it was tough lah.
Yeah, confirm.
Yeah, but fun lah. I cook my own sahur and
Wait.
all that.
Cold, right? Is it make you hungry even more faster, right?
It's okay. It's
Was it summer?
Summertime.
Summer. Okay.
Yeah. So it was okay. So weather is fine. Tarawih, I went to the mosque a couple of times. I didn't because it's quite far lah. I mean, I don't have a vehicle, right? So either I took a taxi or I mean, I was also a student.
Student taxi expensive.
Expensive. So
yeah.
So I only like walked to the mosque like twice in that 30 days. But it was such a nice experience because in UK you see different cultures, right?
Is there a community there that you can like select?
So yeah,
Do they welcome you?
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, the thing is, I'm Indian, right? So there's so
They are
many.
all over the world.
There's so many Indians there. So, you know, I mean, of course, it would be nice if I see like Singaporeans or Malaysians.
Yeah.
Right. So I did see a group of them, Malaysian students, who was there. But I didn't really make friends with them. But I saw from my apartment that these people are walking to the malls and all this. So the couple of times that I went there, it's more. I mean, like what I said, it's the culture lah. Like you see different races and all this. Right? I mean, here you see different races, but there you see like, you know, the
How's the iftar there?
iftar there. Like what I said, I was mostly alone.
You didn't iftar at the mosque, ah?
No, I did not. I did not. So the most significant difference for me, is I'm doing things alone. That's one, and the first day of Eid.
How was
So
it?
that
Dengan
prayers,
takbir?
yes. So that was emotional. That was, but it's very comforting also. Then when you're there, then you appreciate people who work overseas, like our fellow Muslim Bangla workers and all this, like their way of from their families, and they're celebrating here. So in a way, I can relate to them when I was there. I don't know anyone, so then you start hugging people, wishing them, total random strangers.
Now you understand the physical contact that these Bangladeshis every time have with each other.
She say, I don't know, your cancer. So like I mean, we just hugging. I'm just hugging anyone that I see, and they look friendly, and and we wishing people.
It's Eid, what?
So then I make friends So it's nice So that day, that first day of Eid was significant, and then of course I called my family.
You were with Manisa already by then?
No, we broke up.
You yeah, like what? Ross and Rachel. You guys are Ross,
yeah, we were on a break at that time. But yeah, she appeared She appeared because she's then she appeared in the video the first day of Ramadan they're taking. I saw her. So that's how we end up together lah. Feeling strong
Yeah. Jodoh very strong the jodoh.
So it's interesting now when you celebrate Eid overseas. Yourself, have you celebrated Eid overseas?
No. I've always been homebound, family bound, so far never lah. But we did went on a trip after the first day of Raya. We went Korea. So instead of Raya, we celebrate the first day. We met our grandparents and all that. Second day fly go
Nice.
Korea.
Yeah. Fun
lah. Holiday.
I've always wanted to celebrate Eid, particularly Ramadan overseas. Yeah, so for example, but with my family, like my wife and kid lah. Just, I mean, have you thought about that? Like, would it be? But I mean, for you, would it be any different?
It's like working overseas. For me, even holidays with the kids is like a overseas attachment. It's not a holiday. It's working overseas with these people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that might not be.
Yeah. Probably
any
inshallah
difference.
next year we might spend some days Ramadan overseas.
That's nice.
I'll update you lah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
1 year ahead, then now you tell me that you tell me.
Yeah lah. We don't know lah how long.
Follow my habit lah.
We don't know how long this podcast will last. But yeah, I give you one year leave notice lah.
You all take note lah. Whether I want to approve or not. Whether you all approve or not. They are also our paymaster. No, these people.
Yeah.
Okay, so those you were very very young. How old were you in?
I was already mid-20s.
20s considered very young compared to our age right now. So as we are aging, right? For me personally, I look forward to Ramadan more than Eid.
Yeah.
Is it the same for you?
I mean, I like both lah. So for example, the first day for me, like what I told you, I host. So it's also very significant. And I love Eid prayers in the morning, that first day.
I also love
very
it.
significant.
Yeah.
So if you ask me whether I look forward to Eid, yes, for that first day and that first day lah.
Yeah.
The whole prayer and then hosting. And even since I was young, that experience of going for the prayers, I have a lot of fond memories where I went to with this particular uncle, with my dad. So these are things that is always in my head with my brother's friends, with my friends. So it's significant for me, that first day of Raya. It's the visiting, that 30 days visiting thing wasn't, if you tell me, I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, anyway, it's dying. I think after COVID, lesser people are
I think
are
no,
doing it.
some cultures
Is it?
they really still
still
go
do.
all out. Yeah,
Okay,
maybe it's just us.
maybe. Particularly last year, with my other podcast, we had an open house.
Yeah, I remember.
So that was
Yeah.
nice. So that first day plus that open house were the two significant days for me lah. In last year's Eid. Yeah. So if you ask me, generally, of course, people. I mean, our age, we are the mummies, right?
Yes.
So you should look forward to Ramadan more. And yeah, like the feeling is different.
Yeah.
But then again, like what I could argue, that first day feeling is also very different.
Eat
Yeah, the Eid first day, that prayers.
Now you're making me think, right now. Because initially I was like, okay, just Ramadan full on. But when you mentioned the first day, actually
First days. That's the shadu feeling, right?
the prayers
The prayers.
the morning prayers.
Yeah.
And for my kids also, that is the highlight that they think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For me right now, like okay, I mentioned earlier, I do look forward for Ramadan first. And so I find myself swapping. Okay, Raya we look forward for lontong, we look forward for the meals and all that, right? For me, I take that and I put it for iftar. So I make sure our iftars for this one whole month is fantastic. The best that I can give to my kids. I want to do that. Like Lecha has literally mentioned, like, why you like very on like that, like you want to do this, you want to try this, try that for them. So the switch that I have is like, I want them to enjoy Ramadan more at this age. I don't want them to be a mommy and mamu for them to reflect and say, Ramadan is just Ramadan.
yeah, of course.
And then Raya is like, where I get to eat and feast. When I want it to swap that culture, I want them to think that Ramadan is the one where we truly celebrate. We put the lights on. There was one particular year during COVID, and then I wanted to start this tradition with my kids. So curly fries was actually in a walker. I convert one of the rooms. I saw this on Pinterest, I think on some. This lady was staying in Dubai. So she used the lampu lap lip, right? She traced out the shape of the mosque in the room. And then she pasted like the Ramadan charts. And then she put like certain zikrs. Then she put the Surah Al-Fatihah there for the kids to memorize.
Yeah.
So I did that for that 1 month. And we enjoyed that month the fullest. And until today, the kids still talk about that particular Ramadan.
Yeah.
We really on the lampu lap lip and all that. We really celebrate the essence of Ramadan. Instead of Raya. Raya we were chill.
Yeah.
Because COVID, right? So that's when it hit me that I feel that actually since that period, right, Ramadan is where I wanna fully immerse into the feeling.
I mean, to me, I think that month of Ramadan plus that first day of Eid is all significant.
Yeah.
And it's very important for us to create those memories.
Yes.
For our kids.
For our kids.
So they will remember. Otherwise, they will say, "Oh, I like Ramadan more, or I like Eid more."
Dapat duit raya more.
So you must. That shouldn't be the memories.
Yes, correct.
So for example, like what I shared with you, when I go to that prayers, went with one of my. There was 1 year I went with that uncle. He has passed away already lah.
See now you remember him fondly, right? Because of that.
Yeah, I remember him fondly because of that. With my late dad, and I mentioned my brother's friends and all this, and my friends was just a couple of years ago. We went to a mosque further, and then we all hang out at my place, the void deck. So these are memories.
Yeah.
And you want to create that for your kids. Okay, this one I'm talking about. It's me as a kid plus adult lah. When it comes to Ramadan, also I remember my taraweehs with certain friends and all this. So this is what I remember, and like what we have mentioned with Shabina, there were years where I remember doing the cut raya, hanging the cut raya, playing the bunga api. Bunga api was in English?
Sparklers.
Thank you. So and also hanging the lampu laklip, right? Chasing lights, by the way, I know that name, right?
Baru balik London ni sekarang tiba-tiba.
Yeah. So so these are the things. So as a parent, that should be our responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easier for people like you. You are like ex-teacher and all this. Right? Are you a teacher?
Yeah.
So you will have this natural gift
for kids.
Yeah. So for me, because
not necessarily ex-teacher lah. Mothers, they tend to have this internet. I bet when you were younger, your mom tend to make special effort during Ramadan, right?
I really don't know because like what I said, I'm the 4th child.
Yeah.
So a lot of things.
She's aged already by then.
Not really. A lot of things like my siblings does. Like the kat raya my sibling was crazy about it.
Oh.
Yeah. The lampu laklip also my siblings. My mom is the food lah. The food is what she's crazy about lah. Till date lah. So
okay, speaking of lampu lap lip, talking about tradition and culture, right? So when I gave birth to Maman, my father-in-law, my late father-in-law, he will deck up his corridor, just so to see Maman hold the gate, and then like look up. He went to the point where he will buy the cutout, like the budak wear baju kurung, then the female version, then the ketupat, and then the all that he will literally buy and hang it on the ceiling of the corridor. So he started that tradition. So every single year he would do it. Then I pop my second one, he will change it to all pink. Because he's a girl. That is the highlight for him, So for my kids, right, they will remember that very fondly. Every year they call my late father-in-law Gelampa lah. Say Gelampa will do this, Gelampa will do that. They will remember. And then sadly he passed on during Ramadan, so it impacted our family during that period. No Raya lah, obviously, because we just lost him like 2 weeks before Raya. So there was the first day of Takbir that day. I saw my husband was a bit somber, and then my kids were also like a bit somber. The mood wasn't as how it was lah. So I came up with the idea where I told my husband, why not we put up the lampu lap-lip? Because it's culture where he did it every single year, and our kids look forward to it from birth. Imagine Maman, how old was he when last 2 years ago when my father-in-law passed? He was already in P6, Sec 2, Sec 1 like that. So when my husband, he kept quiet about it, Then after a while like that, he said, okay, come, let's go Bazar Gilang. We thought like it's a normal family trip lah. So I saw him pick up the lampu lap-lip and the decorations similar to what his father used to buy, but toned down a bit lah. He came back home. See lah, when you say I talking about the story, I already feel like I want to tear already. So he put it up. But when he put it up, right, he put it up not in joy, He put it up and he brought back memories where his father used to do it when he was younger. That means it's not just from cucu, it's from the kid itself. So he had that memory. So when everything was put up at that night, when the takbir played, okay, we did it malam raya lah. So takbir, right? All of us were just looking at it and we remembered my late father-in-law. So there are certain cultures and traditions that in Ramadan itself that is good that for us to start. And then as it goes along, I bet you now my kids, when they're growing older, right, they will do it for their kids also. So some people will see lampu lap-lip like, alah, lampu lap-lip lah, just chasing lights. What is the significant? But for some families, it is a lot of memories attached.
It's tradition to them.
Yes. And so much of memories attached to that chasing lights. Emotions also. So this year, like, we never put, right, we sense the like we haven't put yet. It's missing. And then we will remember him, and then we will talk about him. So losing someone during Ramadan and hearing that first takbir, wow, that one really. Have you gone through anything similar to that?
So I shared that memory I have with my late uncle.
Right? For the Tarawih.
The first day.
First day Raya, yeah.
So there's two stories that I want to share. One is this neighbor of ours whose wife usually cooks for us. Okay, my mom usually order food from her, or especially order kuih from her. Okay, so the first day of Raya, we will go to. So after the Raya prayers, me and my brother will the very first house that we visit is her house. Okay, and one thing is the husband, he's not well. Actually, he's sickly. So when we met him, he will be like, he's a bit more, there's anger and all this a bit, frustration, pent up, right? So when we met him on the first day, he will critique us. Okay, but it's a good thing. I'll come to that, right? So he will critique us. He will say, "Tak pakai songkok, never wear a hat." Right? Because we're young, right?
Yeah.
So
you want the Armani kepuk-kepuk hairstyle.
Exactly, right?
Rebonded hair, all this kind of thing.
And it's something that he mentioned, like at least 3 rayas that we didn't wear
in a row.
Yeah, because we don't wear songkok to the mosque. But today, every time I wear a songkok to go to a mosque, I will remember him. And I mean, he has passed on.
Yeah.
So in a way, he educated me, and because I mean, it's decorum, it's to pay respect, right? You shouldn't have your hair flinging around in the mosque, right? So it's a good thing that he taught us.
Yeah.
Although at that point in time we didn't understand.
Yeah.
We find, this is so naggy, we just laugh it off and all that lah. We also don't want to get upset with him. He's a sickly man, right? But now I appreciate it. So every time I wear the songkok and go to the mosque, I will remember him and I will give my Fatihah to him.
Yeah.
So that's one. The memory that I cannot forget, there was one Eid that I really cannot forget, because it's actually quite recent.
Mm.
It's only 3 years ago. It's the Eid where I had Alia.
Ah.
So Alia was in the hospital.
Oh, she was
remember?
born near Eid during that period.
Yes. She was. I mean, she
January.
was in the hospital for 4 months.
Yeah.
So she was January, and then I think the Raya that year was May. I think.
Me, yeah.
Yeah. So she hasn't discharged lah.
Mm.
So that Raya I wasn't in the mood to celebrate at all
Of course, yeah.
because my daughter was in the hospital and my mom was also admitted to the hospital.
Oh.
So that year, two important women in my life, my wife's the other one.
Mm.
So two important women in my life were in the hospital. So that morning I went to visit my mom. Then we went to see Alia. It was very emotional lah.
Yeah, of course.
And then when we went to my sister's place to celebrate Eid that day, I have zero mood to celebrate.
Mm.
In fact, I wasn't even talking much, and then
You kept to yourself.
I kept to myself. And then of course people will be noticing and thinking like, but I cannot. I couldn't.
It's your emotion, what?
Yeah. And I'm usually someone who, you know me, right?
Yeah.
I will mask my emotions or sadness with humor.
With humor, yeah.
So that's my coping mechanism,
Yeah.
right? So I would just laugh it off and all this. But that year, I totally got no mood to laugh even.
Mm.
Because that was how difficult at that point of time lah.
Mm.
Because two women in my life were fighting for their life, right? That year, and I do not know what will happen to either of them.
Yeah.
Especially my mom lah, because Alia is already like almost towards the end of the 4th month of there, so
Yeah.
we are a bit more confident. But we are just sad that we have to celebrate it there lah.
Yeah.
We're hoping to bring her back earlier lah. Then it struck us another tragedy. My mom, went to the hospital, so yeah, I didn't feel good at all that year lah. So I mean it's not a story about tradition, but I mean how people say the first day is supposed to be celebration.
Yeah.
But sometimes something struck you that year and you can't celebrate lah.
Some people are just tested on that day itself. So I feel that we are approaching Raya, right? We should be kind and we don't judge people during that day. We don't know what's going on at the back.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't even know that if you will tell me this, we will think that you're joking, you're happy or that, but inside you won't know what's happening, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's what happened lah. Like a lot of people was like thinking like I'm different that year.
Or you marah, the typical thing of mesti dia marah, angry.
Like I'm angry with them.
Yeah.
Whereas no, right? I'm allowed to be emotional lah. I'm allowed to be sad lah. Yeah. So that's what happened that year lah. It was quite a crazy year lah.
For me, a few years back, I think it was 3 years back, my dad had to go through bypass surgery. Just
like that
4 days that week after Raya. So my brother and I didn't want him to text himself because he's the mamu. He's the only mamu left in the family. So obviously everybody will come and find him, what? Because Raya mamu, right?
Yeah.
So we decided that okay, I will host it for him lah. Like don't disturb him. Because if people come to his house, he has to serve drink, he has to food and all that. Then certain days I and my brother can't be there. So I told them, okay, never mind, I will do the hosting for that particular year for him. So I hosted both my mom and my dad's side. And it was like I can do a wedding basically. It was so overwhelming. And for introverts like me and Lecha, I caught Lecha in my master bedroom. At one corner sitting on the bed like he was doing that because it's like really sudden. Really everybody came. So that particular year was actually bittersweet for me. Because here I am celebrating Raya. Like I see my father through joy. Because every single one turn up. Because they know that he's going for this big surgery, and bypass is a big surgery, what? So everybody turned up for him. We celebrated him. My mom's side also came. We celebrated. It was a full squad kind of thing, and we managed to take so many family photos because the space allowed for us to go, and everybody was happened to be there, and we took a lot of photos, memories. And then comes 3 days later, I had to go and see my dad in a state where he's going through the bypass and all that. So there are some memories where trying to get that done was also a challenge for me. Just trying to host my dad, making sure that everybody comes. Also like, hey, why you host? Why I cannot host? Why this, that? Why you cannot go to your father's house? Ultimately, I still want to go to my father's house. So when it comes to this kind of thing, right? We should just be kind to one another, I feel. And it shouldn't, like Ustaz Fatah mentioned, certain things you cannot just do it on that day itself.
Yeah.
You have to prep yourself from like days before. Like eat, right? You already know that, okay, I made this mistake, I made that mistake and all this. Now itself already we should start reflecting. What do you think on thoughts on that?
I want to touch on that first day hosting thing. Because we have hosted for many years already.
Yeah.
It wasn't always rosy. It wasn't always like I mentioned that, I enjoyed it. Right?
Yeah.
Of course it's not easy.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's difficult, you have to think of the logistics and all this.
Yeah.
And like that year that my daughter was in the hospital, totally no mood. But luckily one of my sister decided
Step up
lah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the thing is, whatever you do in life, you have to enjoy it. And that's how I always do things, right? If I don't enjoy it, I will be real and I say I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So that you get better every time you keep doing it also. Right? The first year was tough because even us as couple, we were like having arguments of what to serve, all these different ideas on all that, who you got help out or not and all this. Even though I have a helper, we have the argument also lah. Because usually I go to the mosque in the morning, I never help her the preparation.
Yeah.
So usually it's mainly her. And yeah, so that first day hosting, some people don't like to host.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I'm not me. It's not me. But that year, I did it for my dad's sake.
Yeah.
But if it's up to me,
Yeah. So in a way, it's not by choice. For me.
Yeah.
All right. But I take it like it's my choice. I switch my mentality.
Okay.
I say I want to host this because if I say I have to host it for my mom, I won't be happy.
This one came up because there are some parents right now. Okay, we go into JA mode already a bit lah. They were siang like now already tell. Actually right, this month, this coming raya, I got no mood to host in my place. You are the eldest son, right? Can you do it at your place or not? Don't care whether the eldest son got extra finance too, because to host you need a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
You need to pay for the food. You need to pay for every single thing. The logistics, like you mentioned, it's not just hosting like that.
Yeah,
money got to come. So whether the child has or don't have, I want you to host. And then the poor son will be like, okay, this one is, do I do it for my mom or do I do it for myself? And then when he do it for his mom, and then things like saudara came and then make a big fuss at his place, people like want to minta maaf, don't want to minta maaf, all this kind of thing. And then he's like, do I have to face this? Or even for daughters, some of them like they request for this year you host.
Yeah.
And then they feel obliged. I feel that, like you mentioned perfectly well, you
Yeah.
don't have to.
Yeah, no, I
Right.
mean, you of course you don't have to if you don't want to lah.
Yeah.
Right. But let's say everyone say no and all that, then you shouldn't say yes because everyone say no.
Okay.
You should say yes because you want to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
well said.
you switch your mentality.
Yeah.
Because truth be told, Anak, it wasn't by choice.
Yeah.
Everybody just
Automatic.
not me.
Yeah.
Not me. So if I don't say I want to do it, then who will do it?
Yeah.
Then it will be awkward. Then nobody happy and all this.
Yeah.
So I took
And
it.
people will still come because they got to look for your mom.
This is the argument that people will say.
Yeah.
Does it have to be hosted by me because my mom is there? No, what?
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I can argue till the rain comes.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
need to be hosted by me.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, if I don't step up, then who will step
Who
up?
will step up? Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, I keep telling myself I want to do it. Because the moment I say I do it for my mom, because we don't know who will step up on that,
Yeah.
then you won't be happy.
You become a chore.
So my mentality, I build up myself. I enjoying this. I'm giving people food. I'm making people happy. I'm making the family happy and all this. And I'm actually a homely person by nature,
Yeah.
right?
And the
hate
barakah
to
you
go
get
out,
by doing
right?
this is also tremendous.
Yeah. So that's I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think about it lah. Because some people argue that it's okay to think about barakah and pahala.
Yeah.
It's good to think about it.
It's not what I meant is don't think about it, but it's there. It's ready for you.
Yeah. To me, it's just making people happy. Right? Hosting and like what I said, God make me, and I mean by nature I'm an introvert actually.
Yeah.
I have to, if you put me in a situation, then I'm introvert basically. So I'm happy being at home. the truth be told, I hate to go out. So God made me like that. Maybe that's why my mom's at my place. That's why I'm hosting every first day of Raya. Yeah, so I don't know. By default, so my mentality is I enjoy it. So that's I mean, that's why, I mean, a lot of people will say, hey, why I have to host and all that, and people not happy and all that. Oh, my mom asked me to host. To me, change that mentality. The moment you do something because of others, you will not be happy. So you tell yourself, I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I want to host. Yeah.
I experienced it. I didn't expect to enjoy that 2 days. It was back to back, So actually my dad's side, so I didn't plan to do it. It was only for my mom's side. I said, okay, never mind, I will host my mom's side, it was a Saturday, Sunday, that Raya. Then after that, when I look at my dad, he like already sang it right on the second day on Sunday. I tell him, never mind, you just call everybody that wants to come to your place. Everything is already there. The buffet tables, everything is already there. I just call the caterer again one more round, just whack for the full Saturday, Sunday. So at the end, when it was on a Monday, right, when I sat down, my house is in a mess. Even the ceiling has syrup. I have no idea how syrup ended up at my ceiling.
Yeah.
But the feeling that I get after that is like, this is the first year I met everybody. I literally saw every single one of them. Yeah. And I spoke to every one of them. And I get to like, reconnect with some of them. Lama sih aku tak nampak kau hilang mana? Where have you gone? I feel like, I don't know, where have you gone? That kind of conversations we had. And it was amazing. So certain things that when we just try on it, like you mentioned, do it for yourself, it will turn out good. Yeah.
I mean, it's actually fun.
But it's tiring, bro.
It's tiring. It's so expensive. What you say? But it's actually fun. So that's why you need to tweak your mentality also.
Yeah.
You have to think. I mean, at the end of that day, usually me and my wife like, oh my god.
My husband haven't even end of the day. The Sunday already, he already like, I cannot find him. I was thinking, where is he? Hidden at one corner. Because really introvert. His family is not as big as mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our Ramadan sharing.
Yeah.
Anything else? Last closing words to share?
No, I just hope that everything goes smoothly for the rest of Ramadan, for our listeners, for you,
Inshallah.
for me.
Yeah.
And looking forward to eat lah.
I thought you said you're looking forward to more Ramadan than eat.
After you sharing all these, right?
Switch,
yeah.
I tell you, you hang out with me good. Positive mindset. I don't know why I'm like that. I really don't know why. Sometimes I wonder also.
I was psycho.
You know
I'm more into a psycho. I will psycho him now. I will let you all know.
Because to me, life is short.
Actually, true.
Just be happy.
True.
People host okay, best.
It's tiring, this drama and all this. So it's very tiring.
Don't bother. Just like that, best. This one best. This one fun. Alright, okay, so have a fun Ramadan, okay?
Yes.
Don't make it a chore. This is life.
When you're listening to this, it's already the last week.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So make the most of it, the last 10 days.
Last 10 days.
Last 10 days.
Chase it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Go and
Look
chase.
out for the signs that the Ustad mentioned.
It's not wrong.
Haven't listened, go and listen to our episode. Yeah.
And also just don't forget zakat.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are different bodies that you can actually give your zakat to, and one of them is our Madrasah Al-Sagaf Al-Arabiya.
Yes.
This will help to foster the next generation. So you can click on that link they will have in our socials and donate your zakat through that.
Thank you so much for that.